I'm going to show you how to do this block stitch. This one is done in sets of 4. It's completely reversible like this. Don't think that it's difficult for a beginner. It's not. It's done with single crochet and double crochet. You crochet in sets of 4 and use the crochet hook size that's on your yarn label. So you use whatever hook size it tells you on the yarn label. You can use any yarn you want for this. We're going to start with stitches in sets of 4. So I'm going to do a slip knot. Wrap the yarn around your fingers, take your hook, put it under the loop and pull it through, and then just tighten it on to your hook. It'll slip in. If you can't do that, then just tie it on with 2 knots. 1 knot, not too tight, don't do the first one tight, and then another. That'll stop it from unravelling and it'll work just the same. You're going to put your yarn over and pull through that first loop that you have. Yarn over and pull through. Yarn over and pull through. We're going to do our chain in sets of 4. You make yours as long as you want it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to crochet 1 extra stitch. 1 extra stitch. Now into the second stitch in your chain, you're just going to put your hook through and pick up 2 of the loops of that stitch. So there's my second stitch in my chain. Push my hook through, pull your yarn through. You've got 2 loops on your chain. Yarn over and pull through those 2 loops. You're going to do a single crochet all the way to the end, 1 into each link in the chain, all the way along. What you're going to do now, you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work around. So you've got your row of single crochets. You make your chain in sets of 4, as many as you want, as long as you want. Into the next stitch, not that one, not that one, into this stitch here, you're going to put a double crochet. 1 double crochet. Skip this stitch and do 3 double crochets, 1 into the next 3 stitches. So skip that stitch and do a double crochet into 1, 1 into the next one, that's 2, and 1 into the next stitch, that's 3. So you have this, you've got this space here. What you're going to do, into that stitch that you missed, you're going to put your yarn over. Now keep your yarn loose. You're going to go back to that stitch that you missed and put your hook right through to the other side. Pull your yarn through and pull it up. Now keep it slack, keep it loose. Put your yarn over your hook so your yarn has doubled on this side and doubled on this side. Pull through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And this is what you have. You're going to skip the next stitch and 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Skip that stitch and put a double crochet into the next 3 stitches. It's 1, 1 into the next one is 2, 1 into the next one is 3. Yarn over your hook and you're going back to that skip stitch. Just pull your hook and go into that stitch right through to the back. Grab your yarn and pull it through and pull it up nice and loose. Bring your yarn up from the back over your hook, come through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops. Skip the next stitch and then 3 double crochets. Skip that stitch, 1 into the next stitch, 1 into the next stitch, and 1 into the next stitch. Yarn over and go back to that skipped stitch. Right through into the middle of that hole. You hook right through, catch your yarn and pull it up and through. Bring your yarn up, keep it loose, through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops. Skip 1, then 3 double crochets. 1, go through, finish your block. You've got 2 left. You'll put 1 treble crochet into there, don't skip any. So you've got a stitch in there, a treble crochet in there, so you have a stitch in that one. You're going to put a double crochet into the last 2 stitches, 1 into there and 1 into that bundle in there. And that's what it should look like. Now make sure you've got a stitch here and 1 in there. If you don't have the right stitch count, check that you haven't gone into that one by mistake. So next row you're going to chain 1 and turn. Now right into that next stitch you're going to do a single crochet. We're going to do a single crochet row, 1 single crochet into every stitch, all the way along. So count, that's your chain of 3. That's your chain of 3. So count 1, 2, 3, and into that 3rd stitch, put your single crochet at the end. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and turn your work. Now we're going to do our blocks again. Now you can use any yarn for this, just use the hook size it tells you for your yarn. I'm using a hook size Jai, that's a 6mm. You're going to put a double crochet into the next stitch. So now we're going to do our next block. We're going to skip that stitch and do a double crochet into the next 3 stitches. Make sure you skip 1. And 1 double crochet, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Put your yarn over your hook and we're going to go back to that skip stitch again. So go right through with your hook, right through that skip stitch. Catch your yarn and pull up. Keep it loose. Yarn over, come through 2 loops, yarn over and through 2 loops. skip the next stitch, 1 double crochet into the next one, 1 double crochet into the next one, and 1 double crochet into the next one. Yarn over and work back. You're going to do that all the way to the end of the row. So I'm on my last block. Let's go back and pull up my yarn. And my last 2 stitches, now remember there's a stitch in that one, so these last 2 stitches, put a double crochet, 1 and 2. Now take a look at your work. If your blocks are off centre to each other, you've made a mistake somewhere, and check that you have missed a stitch and gone back in to put your crossover in. If it's out of alignment, say it's here, you may have not skipped a stitch. So make sure you skip that stitch and then work back to it. And this is what you get. You're going to chain 1 and turn for the second row of the pattern is 1 row of single crochet. Now remember, with a single crochet you always go into the stitch, the bottom of that stitch there. Finish your blanket on a single crochet row, and this is what your block stitch will look like, your blanket. Make as many sets of 4 as you want to do, and these are your 2 rows of repeat. 1 row of single crochet, then do your block row, then another row of single crochet, and then your blocks again. Rewind the video if you need to watch it again. So thank you for watching.